objection to it, Shola. When he said London is no longer English, people are reading into that he meant it's not white enough.
The bottom line is this. Referring to UK cities or London as non-English is a key point here. Britishness is not determined by the colour of our skin.
Well, he does go on to clarify. He said, actually, it's not about racism, it's about culturalism. And he said that it's not as polite as it was, humorous, it's not as friendly as it was, those sorts of things.
That is such nonsense. This is a man who left the UK because it's full of foreigners and moved to a foreign country. To become an immigrant, please, let's not take him seriously.
What's your view?
Well, that particular point is a bit difficult to defend, I agree. But I think in terms of the racism issue, I don't see how this has anything to do with race. Look at the England football teams full of black players. No one would question their Englishness, right? They're English. It's not about race. What he's talking about, I think, is that, look at London. 42% of people who live in London are, like me, foreign-born, right? So there's a very significant immigrant population in London. Obviously, if you have half of a city, essentially, that are people who are first-generation immigrants, that is going to make it less of the local culture. It's just a fact of life, isn't it?
No, the fact of that is, and you're absolutely right, but the fact of that is...
It's just a fact of life, isn't it?
No, the fact of that is, and you're absolutely right, but the city has changed. That's fine, it's changed. But to say it's become less English is ridiculous. Either it's a stupid comment,
so let me give you an
racist
example.
comment.
Well, no, it's not. Well, first of all, it's nothing to do with race. But look at this. Look at it like this. If 50% of the people who lived in London were Scottish, would we be okay to say that it's less English than it was when it was 10%?
We would say it is British.
Would that be okay? Well, no, but answer the question. Would it be okay or not?
Would it be okay? I'm trying to get my head around that.
If 50% of the people who lived in London were Scottish,
yes,
would it be okay to say that London has become less English?
Well, if they were Scottish, yeah.
Right. So what's the difference?
But
there's no difference. It's talking about.
Do you not consider yourself as English?
No.
Why is that?
Because I'm British. I'm a British.
So when you go
person.
to Scotland, if you go to Scotland, so where have you come from? What do you say?
Well, I'd say I live in London. I'm originally from Russia.
But why can't you say I'm from England?
It's because I'm not from England.
But
I wasn't
you are.
born. No, I'm not. I wasn't born here. I didn't grow up here. I came here when I was
When you're in Scotland and you're on the road and there's an arrow pointed towards England, do you not go that direction because that's where you're from? England. Why
I'm
can't
not from
you
England. I wasn't born here. I didn't grow up here.
But you just said are you from London?
No.
But
English.
Let me say exactly what he said in his second tweet. So he made this first one, and then lots and lots and lots of people went against him. And then he said, I suspect I should apologise for my affection for the Englishness of my upbringing, but in some ways, I found it calmer, more polite, more humorous, less tabloid and less money-oriented than the one that is replacing it. Now, the thing is, if I'm not a Londoner, I'm from the Northwest. But people will say, you know, all the money that has driven up prices in London, that means people can't live in London anymore, even if they want to. It's because there's Russian money here, there's Arab money here. It's the foreign investment in London.
On behalf of all Russians, I'm deeply offended by this. Deeply offended.
No, but what I'm saying is he's targeting the immigrants. Even with his explanation, he's targeting people. He's saying that you are not English. All of us have been here way longer before John. Of course, he's talking about English people.
But you can make those
people. He's not talking about values. He's not talking about culture. He's talking about people, and that means it's got racist connotations.
Didn't say anything about people.
It's bigoted. Of course, he did.
He said that the city has become less English.
The other description,
I just think
it's not as polite. I'm sorry. So immigrants are not polite. What the heck?
I think you could probably say it's about lots of cosmopolitan cities in Britain and across the world. That's the only thing. I don't know why. So
you're making my point for me. Is we have lots of immigrants. So he's not racist, just a very naughty boy.
So here we are at Exhale Vapor City in Tucker, Georgia, and I have just been asked to leave the store. He greeted me. That was nice. I did find the item that I wanted, and the next thing he said was that he'd like me to leave.
If you do not stop recording in my store, I'm going to call the police and ask you to leave now.
Please call the... That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. We can call Fox 5 and all sorts of stuff. I would like to purchase something here. Please do call your boss, because I will be calling corporate.
Go for it.
I am looking forward to releasing this video, because I just want to purchase something.
Off, dude! Off! Get the off in here, man! Can't stand your racist.
Racist?
Yeah.
Mister?
Right.
I'm not a racist.
I got a in my store. He won't leave. He's wearing some Trump. He's wearing some Trump shit. Got some racist bullshit up in his head and shit. I'm not serving anyone that has to do with that.
I'm
He's
sorry.
a treasonous
I don't have
I'm
a
not
problem with
serving
you, sir,
anyone. Do
whatsoever.
I have to call the cops and
I don't.
have to leave?
I just want good health care for my kids. I don't have a problem with the color of your skin or yours. I'd like to purchase some of this naked vape juice, though, if that would be all right. All right, see, because... Okay, here's where we're at.
Leave the store.
Here's where you're at.
Leave the store.
Here's
Leave
where-
the store.
here's where we're at,
Leave the
dude.
store. Off. I don't give a get out, dude.
Dude, go ahead, take another swing at it. Make contact with me one more time. I'm going to make a deal with you. I want to purchase that vape juice.
No.
If you sell it to me, I won't. If you sell it to me...
No.
Look, if you sell it to me,
No,
I
I'm
won't
calling-
call the police.
I'm
What
calling-
you did was assaulted me. What I need is that for my wife. If you sell it to me, I won't call the cops and press charges on you for assault. I won't call corporate and get you fired. Just sell me the product so I can leave.
What do you want?
Naked in the strawberry in a 6 milligram.
Where do you see naked?
Right here. This where is it?
Where
This
do you see
right
it?
there. Here. Right next to that. In a 6 milligram. Make sure it's a 6 milligram so I don't have to come back.
No, you're not coming back to my store, homie. I'm making sure of that. Get the out of here, dude. Oh my.
God bless America. Capitalism wins again.
Capitalism, president. He's a racist, stupid piece of shit. You're
Whatever,
a racist,
just ring the
stupid piece of
Bring this
off.
Do my bidding.
Man, get out.
Sell
Call
it
the
to
cops.
me. No,
Call the
no,
cops. No.
Sell it
Call
to
the
me.
cops.
Sell it to me, punk.
Call the cops.
It's your job, your freedom. Sell me the
You can be
I have. Sell it to me.
Nope.
Sell it to me. Come on. Ring it up. Ring it up and you don't ruin your life. That's where you're at right now. Because you done upset me. And you should have helped him first in the first place before you threw a temper tantrum, dick. He's standing here waiting for you to ring him up. How
Get
is
out!
that possible? Help your customer. You got a business card here?
We are going to be here all day. Get out.
I'm cool with it. I'm recording. You got a business card for your manager or anything like that?
I ain't giving you.
Oh, man. This is phenomenal. Look, God bless America and everybody in it. I love you, sir. I don't even know you. I love you too. And God bless you.
This is about money.
This is about money. I just want to bring this thing home to my wife. You know?
This is about money.
Man, this got nothing to do with skin color.
I'm not selling
This has
you
nothing to do with skin color.
This is about money, man.
Look, I like having a little bit more money in my paycheck. I like paying less for my kids' health care. I got nothing to do with skin color, bro.
$3, man. I'm not selling you.
Sorry, bro. You gotta go through this, but
Wow, man. God bless you. Hey, check it out. He's still your president. Go yourself.
You know what's better for people? Fucking cheap labor. That's how you get cheap shit. You pay nothing. Film it, bro. Film it.
I'm filming it.
Yeah, bro. That's how you get cheap shit, bro. Who's labor? Who's labor?
No, I'm agreeing with you. It's like in
Bro,
Guatemala.
if you're agreeing with me, then I'm gonna just have this conversation with these two who are not okay.
No,
okay?
but I agree with you, but I disagree.
Then why are you
Let's take a
interrupting
shift
me?
of perspective.
You've literally been
Why
putting
are you?
words into
I'm
our
gonna.
mouth.
So
I'm not.
we
Hold
were,
on, 1 second.
we
Why
were,
are you?
we were very disrespectful with Latin American communities, right? We supported Boris Baja in Guatemala. That led to thousands of genocide of minds. That's 100% true. We threw our support behind that. But what they're saying is also kind of right. Why don't we take a shift and look at other countries, nations that haven't done so well in the USSR?
Cuba
Right?
has done great.
What?
They've been doing great for their people. They have like 99% literacy.
Castro
They
has
have
murdered
fucking their own health brigades that come out and help Latin America. Who was there
This
in
lady
Puerto
right
Rico?
here,
Who
tear
was
this
there in Puerto
poster.
Rico? Who was there and not the U.S.?
So much
It's
so
a
for
fucking
liberal
colony.
tolerance.
The U.S. has a fucking colony of Puerto Rico, and we couldn't even show up for that. How many fucking people died for Puerto Rico? How many fucking people died for Puerto Rico? On the fuck.
We'll get the scoop from Holden after.
Who wants to go fucking help them? Cuba? Who wants to fucking help? The health brigade? Who wants to fucking help?
Well, it's
We
because
didn't
of
help
their
our
Can you
fucking
record that shit
own
for me,
colony.
please?
What about the USSR?
I need to call the conversation.
Tell me
I'll leave that
about
video later,
America.
okay?
We have a fucking colony. What happened to Puerto Rico?
Have you heard of Venezuela?
Have you heard of Puerto Rico? Have you heard of Puerto Rico? Have you heard of Nicaragua? Have you heard, bro? Yeah, this is crazy. Oh my God.
Well, America has experienced a rapid, in fact, a massive inflation in genders. At one point, biologists were allowed to determine what biology was, and there were two, male and female. Now there's agender, bigender, two-spirit, hydra, we could go on forever. Literally forever, because the current orthodoxy is that there are infinite genders, but not everyone agrees. Some people believe in science at their peril, it turns out. Lake Ingle is one of them. He's a student at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. In a religion class, a class about Christianity, he stated his belief that there are two genders because, again, that's biology. And for that, he was told he had to apologize in front of the class, stand silently while they critiqued him re-education camp stuff. Lake Ingle joins us tonight. Lake, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tucker.
So I don't know if I was mischaracterizing that. You had this professor called Allison Downey who was so threatened because you disagreed with her that she tried to get you to sign some form apologizing for your unorthodox, non-allowed thoughts. And then what happened?
Right, yeah, she asked that I would sign a document complying with her asking me to apologize to the class as well as giving her a written apology. She asked that I would stand in front of the class in silence as I apologized, and then they would give any comments on my outbursts.
Did she say what specifically she was so offended by?
She didn't like the fact that I disagreed with the subject being pushed in class being more than one gender, male privilege, systemic sexism, and mansplaining.
Is mansplaining a measurable thing? I mean, is it a like species of social science studying mansplaining? What is mansplaining anyway? Do you know? Did you learn?
I'm not sure. I think it's any time a man speaks, really.
Huh.
And
so
no, it isn't measurable.
What did you? Right. I mean, it's a species of dumbness, really. So, but what did you? It's propaganda. What did you say about gender that made her so mad, specifically?
Well, I first referenced entities like The Economist who have debunked the myth of the 77 cents on the dollar wage gap. And I also stated that biologists don't agree that there are more than two genders. They don't believe that there are 72 genders or more across the board. Most of them disagree, and she really didn't appreciate that.
So by citing the longstanding view of biologists, the hard scientists, Allison Downey, who supposedly, you say she's a professor, tried to get you to stand in front of the class and take abuse. Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I was supposed to, but she really didn't give me a chance. I was given 10 days to comply, but the day after she asked this of me, she decided to push it on through to the university's provost office to then hold a hearing, which would decide whether or not it could be allowed in class, period.
Why do you go to this school? Or why does anybody go to this school or any other school? I mean, what are you getting out of this exactly?
Well, I initially went for athletics my freshman year, but that's a long-gone dream now. I'm pretty much just stuck here.
Man, I wish I could hire you. I would encourage you and anyone else who has any experience like this to drop out and join the workforce. It's not worth it. This is a joke. It's a bubble, and we're all going to realize that in 10 years. Like, you're a brave man for coming on. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Tucker.
Well, a marketing company has released a video taking on liberal snowflakes. So you young activists, you champions of character, you 8th place trophy holders, until you realize that this is earned by this, then you will never be able to actually survive in the working world. We have the most
That video is getting nearly 5 million views, inundating the company with resumes from college students wanting to work there.
But if you want a job, you'll have to pass the boss's snowflake survey. Joining us right now, the CEO of Silent Partner Marketing, Kyle Reyes. Kyle, welcome.
Thank you. Good marketing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What prompted you to put that up?
You know, after we had that video come out, we had hundreds and hundreds of applicants, good, bad, ugly. We had people who didn't even know what our company does, all wanting to work for us. And I needed a filter to sort through all of that.
What's the point? Why do you feel it's important to have this snowflake survey?
You know, I wanted to be able to have individuals work for my company who would sort of fit the culture, not just the culture of our company, but the culture of our clients, too. And we needed to have people who aren't snowflakes.
All right. We want the best,
So
strongest.
Let's take a look at some of the questions. And, folks, play along at home. First question to an applicant would be, what does America mean to you? What's a good answer? Well, America, we're in a very divided time right now. And ever since the election cycle,
people are split and no longer having conversations, rational, realistic conversations. So I want to understand how people are able to make an opinion and stand by that.
So what answer would disqualify them from a job?
An answer where you don't know the difference between there, and there from a spelling purpose, and someone who's not proud to be an American.
Okay, very good.
The next one is, what does privilege mean to you? What are you looking for there?
I'm looking for people who are not entitled, who don't have this sense that they should just be handed things, but people who have that entrepreneurial mindset, who are willing to think outside the box and who are willing to work for everything that they have.
All right, now this is the hardest one. When was the last time you cried and why? What's a good answer that gets me hired there?
You know, I want people who have a sense of community, who have a sense of heart, who aren't afraid to wear their hearts on their sleeves, but who are able to actually, again, make an argument and stand by that.
What have people said when they answer that?
Oh, we've had everything from I cried the day after the election, tears of joy, to people who talked about parents who have passed on who are no longer with us.
What about I put my family fortune on the Falcons in the Super Bowl?
Then you're not going to have any pity for me whatsoever.
What if I don't cry? Some of these macho guys.
You know, some of the, if they're transparent and they're honest about it, then I'm okay with that, as long as, again, they've got proper grammar, proper spelling, and they can tell us why.
What if I cry every day?
Then I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to give you a safe space at our company.
What about this question? How do you feel about the police?
So we're in the middle of a campaign to donate $500,000 worth of services to police and first responders. We work very, very closely with a lot of police departments, and so you need to be comfortable and willing to support the men and women who serve and protect.
And have you asked that question of anybody and they have not been supportive of the police?
I don't think they would take our test.
Okay.
And then how do you feel about guns?
We do a lot of work filming with guns. I carry, a lot of our team and our clients carry as well. We have very hardcore American companies, and so you've got to be comfortable around them.
If you're not hired.
Adios.
How many openings do you have right now?
We've got 21 people on the team right now. We're looking to increase that by 50% over the next 60 days and double that in the next 6 months.
So if people want to apply, where do they go?
SilentPartnerMarketing.com or follow me on Facebook.
Have you heard from other employers wanting to adapt something like this?
Oh my God, I've had people offering significant amounts of money for us to design a test for them, which isn't what we do, but we've had people sending presents. Somebody sent a snowblower.
For the snowflake.
Yeah, a priest from Vegas sent cutouts of snowflakes and said, good for you guys for
a priest.
A priest.
What about those naysayers that are watching? Is this is totally legal? You can discriminate based on.
Well, you know, we're really not discriminating because, again, I want to see how people are able to make their perspective heard and to stand by that.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.